The Pacific Coast Highway is a 1,600-mile route from San Diego to Seattle along the west coast of the United States. I started my route mid-March in San Diego on the Africa Twin Adventure Sports DCT that Honda is letting me borrow for 2023, with the intention of riding from San Diego to Seattle. In the last episode, I crossed the border into Oregon. The Oregon coast is one of the most beautiful and overlooked sections of the Pacific Coast Highway, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Good morning, beautiful people, from a slightly damp tent here in Harris Beach State Park. I just went for a little morning walk, ate an apple, enjoyed the ocean. It's almost worth having a damp rainfly to be able to just walk out and look at the beautiful Oregon coast. I'm so happy to be back in Oregon, where the few towns that I'll go through along the 101 will be fairly short, easy to traverse, and I won't have to sit in wall-to-wall traffic to get through them. Also, my super controversial opinion is that the best parts of the Pacific Coast Highway is north of San Francisco. I think if I was going to do this trip again, I would start in San Francisco and go north. And that way I could spend way more time in the Redwoods, way more time in Oregon and Washington as it goes. And with the weather that's coming, I think I'm only going to make it to Astoria on this particular trip. But I still have been having a good time, and I'm glad I chose this way to go home. I'm going to pack up my stuff because we have some exciting things to go see today along the Oregon coast. The saddest part of the morning. So sad. Show on the road, shall we? One of the most iconic parts of the Oregon Pacific Coast Highway is the Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor. This stretch of highway features one turnoff after another, each with access to picnic areas, viewpoints, and trailheads that connect an 18-mile segment of the Oregon Coast Trail. Even if you are short on time, definitely set aside some time to enjoy this part of your route. Welcome to home for the night. Okay, here it is. We've got stir fry. We have a packet of brown rice and quinoa, some green beans, broccoli, carrots, ginger, garlic, and soy sauce. Normally I would add like a pinch of sugar too. I just didn't feel like it today. And it's glorious. I love food. Also, like today has been a good day. I took my sweet time getting out of camp this morning and I still got out before 10:30 and I'm gonna call that good. So I got to get to camp at I think I got here at 4:30. It was perfect. And so I had plenty of time to set up my tent, plenty of time to make dinner. What time is it now? It's 6:18 right now. This was a good day. The Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area is home to one of the largest expanses of temperate coastal sand dunes in the world, stretching 40 miles north of Coos River in North Bend to Florence. In 1972, Congress designated this 31,500 acres as a national recreation area in recognition of its unique values. Dirt bikers flock here from all over Oregon for the OHV opportunity to ride in the sand. But I was happy just to walk through it. In the Cape Perpetua scenic area lies Thors Well. When tides are just right, water surges upward from the bowl carved out of the basalt shoreline and then drains back into the opening. As you can tell, it is a very popular place to stop along the Pacific Coast Highway, but it can be very dangerous to get too close to the opening at high tide. While there have been no known deaths at Thors Well, there have been incidents at the site of people being hit by sneaker waves while looking into the hole. They were very lucky to come away with some nasty cuts from the volcanic rock and not be sucked out into the Pacific Ocean. The whole area around Thors Well is beautiful, and I found a nice spot to eat my lunch and watch the waves. And the tourists. I was on a very tight budget for this trip. Despite my efforts to reserve campsites ahead of time to keep my lodging costs low, the handful of hotel stays in California meant that when I arrived in Tillamook, I was out of money and options. So I waved goodbye to the Pacific Coast Highway and headed home to Portland. I look forward to riding the Pacific Coast Highway again in the future, hopefully in better weather, with a better budget. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this series. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button if you did. Question for my end screen crew. Let me know if I've convinced you if Oregon is the best part of the Pacific Coast Highway. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I look forward to reading them. And in the meantime, guys, I'll see you later.